Last time on Tales of Kenzera Zau.
Bomani's necklace. Bringing peace to Bomani is a good cause. The sun must have buried him, but there is no one here. So where is the sun?
Therein lies the mystery. One we must resolve in line with our goal. The summit awaits.
Hola amigos, Ghost here, and today we continue our journey into Tales of Kenzera Zau. We have made it to the summit of Mount Itshoka. We have found the two keys blocking our path and uncovered the mountain's remaining secrets. Then we completed the Enduring Rite, a section of the mountain leading to its summit. During this progress, we uncovered that Bomani has passed on from this world. We will put his soul at ease. Now that we are at the summit, it is time to find Bomani's son and the Great Spirit. Let's do this! It is time to climb the summit, find Bomani's son, and battle the Great Spirit of mankind. Let's do this. Anything over here? Okay.
The summit of Mount Itshoka.
And the end of the Enduring Rite. The other half of the sun's mask. He must be within the mountain itself.
Within the mountain. The great spirit of mankind. I think I know what happened to the sun. This is it, Kalunga. We find Bomani's son and heal these lands. And then
Our path will come to an end.
yes. Right. Here we go.
And we got a shaman point for that. So Bomani's son is the great spirit of mankind. Or became this great spirit of mankind. I assume previously he was a regular human. Maybe because he completed the Enduring Rite, he made a deal with the Great Spirit? Maybe. Not sure. Either way, it's time to descend into the volcano.
Why has the boy come? And treads where he's not welcome. Leave.
The great spirit of mankind. I am Zau, shaman of Amandla.
The boy is brave for Mandlan. Many seek to guide Gagorib. Many fail to guide Gagorib. Death even Gagorib has denied. What makes the boy think Gagorib seeks to be guided?
I do not seek to guide Gagorib across the veil. I seek to cross a father's child. I seek the child of Bomani.
The boy dares to come and speak a poison tongue? The boy will suffer.
For within the child bears the burden of mankind.
Liar! Enough of your lies!
And it is the father who wishes to release this burden.
No father would wish for such a foolish son, one who sought for long greatness above all else. Clinging to what is no longer there, I offered the boy a way out. Now the boy will perish.
I've come too far to lose. Didn't I expect a... That's a fifth one! Okay. Oh god! Oh! Oh! I got tossed. No one said it was going to be an easy fight. Ow. Oh no. Ah! I got a little cocky, not gonna lie. I pressed the wrong one. Alright, just gotta wait. Oh no. Oh god. Oh god, what is it? Not gonna lie, the Kamehameha is actually quite useful in this with this boss. What is he gonna do? Okay, he's firing more. More of them. Even more. Oh my god, area denial is a... Oh! I just dodged it. Take another Kamehameha, you bastard. It's time to set your soul to rest. Your father wants you to be whole again. You won't deny the inevitable. Take another Kamehameha! You're no longer strong enough. Ow! We got this. We got this. Oh, okay. Oh, sneaky. Hi.
Toto Wangu, my dear, dear son, what has happened to you? Parents and children, they fight. It is the way of things. But you will find no shame here. You did not cause this to happen to me. Time did. Let the pain go, Toto Wangu. Let the anger go. Be at peace with me. Be at peace.
It is... No. He never finished it.
That was awesome. Honestly, that boss fight was not difficult and not too easy. Pretty fun. The Kamehameha was sure the best move to use because it did enough damage, upgraded, and everything. So Bomani, what? I thought Bomani at first was alive, but he was not dead. He was dead. That was his spirit coming back to aid us in the end to get his son, the great spirit of mankind, to come to the other side, to go to the land of the dead. And then a breath immediately cuts off and shows that despite this story being created for Zubere, his father never had enough time to finish that story. And I have a good feeling that something's about to happen that makes us come back to write the rest of the story. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen in a moment. But of course, we're going to explore the home because there's probably new story beats, and this is the first time we've seen Zubere since the very beginning of the game. Interesting way of doing this, because if if I'm right and he comes back to write it, that allows him to have closure and also give the storybook character of Zhao closure as well. If I am thinking if that's what's going to happen, that's pretty cool. I'm liking this. I'm liking this very much. Anyway, let us see what we can interact with.
Baba always jumped around in his writing. He'd start with one, then finish another, always going with whatever ideas came to him. He let me read a few of his finished manuscripts, but only the finished ones. I'd never seen half of this before. I'm going to read them. It doesn't matter if they're unfinished. For the time he was writing, he still had something to say. They're still a part of him.
Indeed.
Baba's books. So many genres and stories that they have their own room in our house. Mama wanted to donate the older ones, but Baba wouldn't let her. He was always in the middle of reading them, he said. I think I'll read my way through his collection. No time better than the present, right? Baba would think so. Yeah, he really would.
A man after my own heart. I also have a massive book collection. We can go upstairs, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Oh, what's this?
Mama's Nakshi. Baba wanted me to pick something special to celebrate. I'm going to be a big brother. I just hope I can live up to the challenge. She won't know Baba. But that doesn't mean I can't introduce her to him through his stories. The world he loves. The people he values.
Oh. Zubair is going to have a sister. I assume that is where we have to go. So let's go upstairs. I wonder if that also can allow for a potential sequel to this game where Zubair picks up after his father, continues writing the stories, and shares one to his sister. That's his bedroom, okay. I assume that is gonna. Okay, so there's a playroom. Nothing in there. Let's go in here.
My old playroom. It'll have to change soon. We'll have the little one here, and she'll need a room. But for now, it's like a time capsule. A really nostalgic one.
Okay, so it's going to be his sister's room. That's nice. How do I interact?
So many good memories with these bin bags. Also, the most comfortable thing I've ever sat on. Mama and Baba found them in the local market and thought they were perfect for the playroom. Baba would insist on sitting on the little one to tell me his favorite myths and legends. He looked comically large, like some kind of giant. I never got tired of those evenings. Sitting in the massive beanbag with a cup of hot chocolate, listening to my Baba.
Honestly, I like this. This whole thing, just interacting with all these things, getting to know Zubair and his family through this. I like this. It may not be too much gameplay, but I love the story aspect of it.
My old Yumbo dolls. Baba would buy me one every single year. A Yumbo for my little Yumbo, he would say. Honestly, I never liked them. But I didn't know how to say that. He looked so happy every time he bought me a new one. It's all right. Love them or hate them. Baba's little grin made it all worth it. Come to think of it, I think he knew I didn't like them.
He probably did. Parents know us better than we can ever realize until we ourselves are parents. That is adorable, and that shows that these creatures that we saw at the fast travel things are not just a story creation; they are a part of Zubeire's world. or in terms of like being a folklore creature, which is cool, pretty cool.
My old paintings, they're really something. It's like looking at a different version of myself, a more naive one. Years later, I found out that Mama used to come fix them up in the night. I was shocked. So all those times I'd wake up and say, wow, what a perfect elephant I drew, were all a lie. Imagine. I leave the art to Mama these days. But it did teach me a lot about making things right.
All right, let's leave the playroom. And let's go see what's in Zubeire's room.
Mama's gonna say this is a mess. I should probably tidy it up at some point. I mean, looks fine to me.
That's the story of any child. Oh, my room is clean. I do love all these posters because I think they're references to both in-universe type stuff, but also other outside, like other films and shows and stuff. Because I swear this poster right here reminds me of Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and same with that one, sort of. But anyway, what's this?
Okovu, the city of the future. I could have just made a volcano, but Baba dared me to do better. To really think about my project. I wanted to make something people would want, what they need. A better future, sustainable, powerful. Maybe one day I can make it a reality. Really. I'd sell my plans to Pamoja Corp and buy Mama a beautiful home in the country. She'd love that.
Ah, thinking about the future. And what's this?
Oh, the griot lamp. So weird. Why did Baba think I'd want one of these?
Fact! The giraffe only sleeps for around 30 minutes a night. That must be how parents feel.
So stupid. But it's we can. That's an echo. That's what it looks like in the in Zuberi's world instead of the storybook. It's cool how we notice some of the stuff that's in Zuberi's life is being used for the story of Zau. That's pretty cool. And also a nice way, easy way to have to use different assets. So we can go back downstairs, but what's over here? Mama and Baba's room, okay. And anything over here? Yeah, what is this?
Little Ozzy. Bibi Ngina bought this in the hospital shop the day I was born. I'm surprised it's still in good shape. Bibi called it my guardian spirit. She said in the ancient times, griot bats like these would protect the pure of heart. I miss her a lot. But, in a way, I'm glad she was never around to see how things turned out with Baba. That would have broken her. It was scary for me, his child, but I can't imagine Baba's own mother.
Learning about a little bit about Zuberi's grandparents with that. And yeah, usually you don't want to see your children pass on before you. Usually you want to make sure it's the other way around.
Mama and Baba's bedroom. It feels empty.
Oh, what's this?
Mama's new painting. It's a lot darker than her usual work. Mama always said you create art with your feelings as the palette. And I could see it all right here, her heart on the canvas. But Mama is Mama. Even when she's grieving, her real self can't help but come out. Right there, a glimmer of light.
So I'm taking it Zubeire's father was a writer, and his mother is a painter. At least is one of their things they do. And that is their wedding photo. Obviously, it's has a son, so we don't see what they look like as regular adults, not older adults, could hint at possibly, if the studio ever makes another game, a prequel, or as with the little sister, maybe a sequel later on.
I wish I could build a time machine and take Mama back to this day. She always said it flew by so quickly. She and Baba didn't even get any of their own cake.
That's everything upstairs, at least from what I saw. And that's us. We can visit, but we can also, we can interact with this.
Baba's favorite painting. Not Mama's, though. She thought it didn't look good hanging in the hall. Like clockwork, Mama would glance at the painting and Baba would smirk. I always thought it was funny.
Again, another use of Zubeire's life slash things around his life that was used inside of the story from his father. This painting obviously being both the sun and moon masks, manifested as actual beings. Then, of course, this is outside again. Is there anything unique to say out here again?
Amani. Our home. Baba and I love it here. Mama, she does, but in her own way. A country girl through and through. Thinking about it, I don't know if Mama was ever truly happy being here. I think she misses the calm of nature. But me, I can't see myself anywhere else. I belong here, in the beating drum at the center of the world.
Another parallel from Zau and Zubeire, with Zau's mother being more of a free-spirited person, and Zubeire's mother being more of a country person. I love this. I'm loving every moment. But now it is time to visit Baba.
The book wasn't finished. He didn't finish it. He couldn't finish it. When I said I wasn't ready, I know he is gone. It's just, I don't think I'm ready to. The world continues to spin, but there is a part of me that feels this wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't how the story should have ended. It wasn't supposed to end this way. I don't. I can't. I feel so lost.
When we found out we were having you, we were terrified. We read all the books, spoke to all our family, our friends. But how can you be prepared for a child before you have even met them? Oh, we felt lost to Zuberi. But then, your Baba turned to me and I will never forget it. He turned and said, every story begins at the end of another. I looked at him. This man has lost all sense. This is what I thought. But in what he said, it comforted me. I understood a little more. Every story begins at the end of another.
continue the book. Zau. I almost said Zau. Zubere. Or Zau, honestly. They're both the same person, to be honest. Must finish the story. And thus we will. I gotta say, I know I'll probably do a little bit of a review once we reach the credits, but at this moment, a 9 out of 10. It's a solid game, and I love it for what it is. And now we can press R2 to continue the book. But for just a moment, I just want to say this has been a wonderful series. I'm not sure how much more of this story there is left, but I just want to say the story was great. It is continuing to be great. The art style is unique. It's not the most realistic, it's not the most detailed, but it's good enough where it's unique compared to many of the other games that have come out in the recent this year and the last year. It has its own unique style, and I like it for that. The mix of 2D and 3D, the 2D-ish slash 3D-ish backgrounds with the 3D combats and everything. It's just amazing. All the side content is great. Not too much, not too little. The lore, the narrative, the lessons learned. It's all great. It's been a wonderful ride playing this game, honestly, and I hope you all found it just as entertaining, as deep, and I hope that I convinced somebody watching to play this, because that is part of the goal with all these things, not just sharing my own experience with playing some of these games, but hoping that someone with who will watch this, whether it's once this is uploaded or weeks or months or years past, and they come back to watch this or see it in their feed and they decide to play this game. It's That's part of the process that I hope that I inspire other people to try out these kind of games, indie games, smaller studio games, single A, double A games instead of just triple A's and such. Because these smaller studios bring such passion to their games in one form or another. And this game has shown its colors of its passion through and through throughout all of it. From its story to its simplistic but fun combat, to its little bit of complexity with some extra added techniques and stuff you can do in combat, to its decent parkour, its graphics and everything. It's a good game. It is a fantastic game, in my opinion. One of the best of this year, I must add. And I'll admit, the story, the overarching story about loss and grief, about family and moving on and accepting loss, it hits home for many reasons. And I will always remember this game for that. Just like I remember my experiences with Ghost of Tsushima, or my love of the Ezio trilogy from when I first played it almost a decade ago. From my experiences playing like games like World at War or Black Ops or the Uncharted series and all these big games and smaller games is just fantastic. Games like The Pathless and the Shadow of the Samurai. I forgot the name of it. The samurai game I played at the moment. All these games is just, and they're all different types of stories and cultures and everything. I know I'm rambling on. It's just that's what happens find when I find something very entertaining, very that I like, that I want to talk about. That's the kind of passion I hope I inspire from any of y'all that are watching this, that have their own channels or inspired to make their own channels, or to be a writer or a movie maker, or to teach other people, or all kinds of things like that. That is one of the goals of this channel, after all. And yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick. I say real quick. It's probably been like 5 or 10 minutes at this point, just rambling on. But that's what happens when I find a good game and share it with you all. With all that said, it is time to continue the story.
It is done. The three great spirits sought and healed. The promise fulfilled. We must return to Patakatifu. We must go to the realm of the dead.
Yes.
Whenever you are ready, Zau.
Indeed. We are now in Act 4. We'll check out the Codex in a moment. I just want to see. Act 4. Return to Patakatifu. I know what Zau has to do. The three great spirits, they're gone. At peace, finally. Zau must return to Patakatifu to finish this journey. And that is where we will go. But I just want to take a moment just to look at all of our progress. We 100%ed every single region that we have access to. And I assume we'll have one final region to go to. Of course, there won't be anything to collect, but it is still an experience nonetheless. We faced and completed the Enduring Rite. We trekked up Mount Itshoka, dealt with the searing sands and ember spring. We faced fear itself, both in nature's ground and the wild wood, traversed the drowning swamps, as well as faced the treks of the Wanderer's Pass and the Great Cliffs, while also being sidetracked in the Bulu Caverns. Eventually, we reach Ikakaramba itself, going to its mines, facing its challenges, and eventually going to confront the Great Spirit of the Sky. Three Great Spirits have been vanquished and given peace finally. But peace for Zau has yet to be achieved, and that was what we must do next. Codex entries for Zau, we have one more. Bringing peace to Gagorib, Zau watched as the father reassured the son to not hold onto the guilt, to accept it felt all too familiar. Which makes sense for Zau and Zuberi alike, because even if a son is not guilty in any sense for their parents' loss, they may feel some kind of guilt in that way. We also have an update for Bomani. A worry now soothed by Zau's intervention, Bomani has found peace after Zau confronted Gagorib, Bomani's son and the spirit of mankind. Bomani helped his son understand the fundamental truth that his death was not Gagorib's fault. Now, both at peace, father and son can ascend to the realm of the dead together. A touching end, and something I realized while reading that. I have a feeling that Bomani was not alive when we first met him. That he was actually a spirit, trapped in a sense in that camp area, waiting for a shaman, us, to come to finally help him find peace by saving his son, who had turned into the great spirit of mankind. And of course, that is what we did. At least that is a theory that I have about how Bomani showed up in the very end. Then we have the final creature, the great spirit of mankind, Gagorib, is the best way I can pronounce it. The transformed and mutated son of Bomani, Gagorib, was a grief-stricken young man who could not accept the death of his father. This denial, combined with a self-loathing over the nature of his father's passing, filled him with the ancient and primordial elements of rage, a fire that could not be easily dulled. Zau, understanding Gagorib to represent the collective pain of mankind, sought to bring him a much-deserved peace. Zau's actions, combined with Bomani's final reassurance, gave Gagorib the respite he truly needed to accept his father's passing and extinguish the great and painful fire within. From reading that, I also have another theory that the great spirit of mankind technically never existed in the sense like that of the great spirit of the sky or of nature, more of the elements of rage and perseverance and all those kind of emotions that make up mankind. And because of Bomani's death at some point, most likely during the evacuation, his son could not get over that. And because of that, he absorbed mankind's rage, these elements of rage and hate and guilt, and became the great spirit of mankind manifest physically. At least that's a theory I have. But no matter what, he is now finally at peace. And with that, we have all the character entries, all the creature entries, all but one location, which we will soon discover. We have all of the shaman spirit powers, all of the echoes, and of course, all of the tutorials. We have all the trinkets, all the skills, and of course, the entirety of Kenzera 100% completed. All of its secrets, all of its lore have been revealed to us, and it will soon heal now that the great spirits have found peace. But as I said only a few minutes ago, we still must find the peace that Zau seeks himself. Will he resurrect his father, or will he move on from that? We will see soon enough. And with that, we conclude today's chapter of Tales of Kenzera Zau. I hope you all enjoyed the chapter. I certainly did. Until next time, this is Ghost, signing out.